Hi, you're watching TV, and then boom! This baby shows up telling dirty jokes or dropping sarcastic one-liners like it's no big deal. You're probably thinking, wait, what did I just hear? That's Stewie Griffin for you. His humor is sharp, edgy, and delivered with that sophisticated British accent, making him sound way smarter and way funnier than most grown-ups. And it's not just the usual baby babble. This kid's got wit, and he's not afraid to use it. And over 20-plus seasons, he's gone from Kill Lois to spilling his soul in therapy while sipping imaginary tea with a stuffed bear. Growth, villain to icon. He starts out like he's been plotting world domination since before he could crawl. He talks like he swallowed a thesaurus in 1890. Insults people like he's auditioning for a Victorian roast battle. Builds mind control devices while the rest of the family watches the Wheel of Fortune. It's unhinged, it's glorious. He calls his father, Peter, the fat man, like it's his actual government name. He uses words like imbecile and harlot and oath like he's doing Shakespeare in the park with a grudge. He wants to kill Lois, his mom, not just like a tantrum, like builds a satellite to vaporize her over breakfast. Season 1's Stewie is pure nightmare fuel. He hijacks the weather, creates a mind control device, and enslaves the town. Casually threatens to decapitate his sister Meg. Even invents a teleportation system out of baby blocks. In one episode, he straight up tries to build a mind control ray to make everyone bow before him, and he's not even potty trained. There is zero conscience, just ambition. But then season 2 rolls in and it gets weirdly soft. Stewie meets Janet, a daycare. Suddenly he's stammering, fidgeting, can't even threaten her properly. Romance makes him malfunction, then he pees in the carpet and frames Brian, because he's still evil. If you're still here, maybe a little evil too. Tap subscribe before Stewie frames you next. And then there's the road to Rhode Island. The episode that made it clear. Brian and Stewie aren't just a punchline. They're a duo. They get stranded, sing together, talk about abandonment. Stewie opens up about not knowing where he came from. It's the first real crack in the armor. Season 3, panic mode. Lois wants another baby. Stewie's worst fear. He shrinks himself, enters Peter's body, flies around in a tiny ship, trying to nuke the sperm. Ends up meeting Bertram, his half-brother. And instead of killing him, they do evil baby science together. Tiny geniuses, giant egos, somehow respectful. This is when Stewie stops being one-dimensional. He still calls Lois a winch and dreams of decapitation. But now there's more fear. Fear of being replaced. Fear of being irrelevant. He starts monologuing about the universe, time, and existential dread. And yeah, he's still a baby. Then the show gets cancelled and uncancelled. Season 4 marks his comeback. Now he's more dramatic, emotionally unstable, and flirts with everyone. He bonds with Peter in a weird father-son prank spree. The future Stewie is fat, sad, and broken. He tries to kill future him, but can't. He walks away ashamed and changed. Season 5 brings Olivia, his crush and theater rival. He tries to sabotage her, but he falls in love instead. Takes her to dinner, tries to impress her with a fake country, gets dumped in front of his piano, heartbreak. Real heartbreak. He sings about it badly also. This is the season where Stewie's voice becomes a comedy tool. He starts pronouncing things like cool, flip, and going on long monologues about pie. It's not just the violence anymore. It's the delivery, the tone, the sass. He's becoming a brand. Season 6, the fantasy arc. Stewie kills Lois, actually shooting her. She's gone. He runs the world, executes protesters, makes his own currency. Then Lois comes back. Turns out it was all a simulation. A what if, but still, that's the closest the show ever led him to get to his goal. And it's the end of villain Stewie. From here on, he's still dangerous, sure, but it's all played for laughs. The show realizes he's funnier as a pretty genius than an actual threat. So he becomes more theatrical, more emotional. Still chaos, no more kill lists. Season 7, he and Brian go back in time to Nazi Germany, disguise themselves as Nazis. Try to fix the timeline, get stuck, steal a uniform. Stewie even sings. It's full-blown adventure mode and it slaps. They're Indiana Jones and the dog. If Indy wore footy pajamas. He fights Bertram again. This time it's over playground turf and they settle it with steroids. A training montage and a brutal baby beat down. He flexes, he smashes. It's ridiculous and perfect. Season 8, Brian and Stewie. Stuck in a vault, no music, no gags, just them. Stewie talks about death. Brian admits he's depressed. Stewie pulls a gun from his diaper and offers it to Brian to to end it all. It's raw, dark, and somehow funny. This scene was unlike anything else in TV at the time. They cry, they bond. Stewie eats Brian's feces to survive. You can't make that up. And somehow it makes you care about both of them even more. In season 9, Stewie builds a remote to jump between realities. They end up in a Disney world where everyone is dumb and dogs rule. Stewie's thrilled, Brian horrified. This kid is addicted to chaos. In season 10, time breaks. Stewie reverses time, making people talk backward and causing unbursts. This is disturbing and hilarious. Stewie loves it. He's now into quantum physics, opera, and sabotage. In seasons 11 to 15, Stewie becomes a diva. He insults Meg with opera theatrics, throws wine parties, and flirts with everyone. His sexuality is still a mystery. Maybe he is gay, maybe he's confused, maybe he just likes power, but he starts showing vulnerability, admits he doesn't know who he is, tries on different identities like outfits. He is a romantic, a sociopath, a critic, a nerd, a baby who's simultaneously the most intelligent and the most emotionally unstable character in the room. Season 16, Stewie goes to therapy, real therapy, sits with a British psychiatrist, spills everything, says the accent is fake, drops into a Boston voice, says he does it to sound smart, to hide who he really is. He almost comes out, then backs off, says he's not ready yet. And suddenly, this joke character is more self-aware than anyone else on the show. Season 17 through 22. Stewie just lives now. He is accepted. No one questions why the baby builds machines. He's part of the family dynamic. The glue, the chaos engine, he and Brian go on trips, fix timelines, run businesses, talk about the end of the universe, argue about books. He opens a wine club for toddlers, hosts a quiz show where the prize is emotional validation, fights with Chris, flies to Russia to recover a stolen Rupert clone. It's nonsense, glorious nonsense, but it's Stewie's evolution. He gives the clone a full welcome, tests its knowledge of inside jokes, even stages a mock tea party to gauge compatibility. The length he goes to just prove his Rupert is the real one. He interrogates the clone like it's on trial, grills it about their shared memories, koi pond incident, Christmas talks, and even the felt texture on Rupert's left ear. He sets traps, fake emotional moments. Brian gets roped in as a vibe consultant. It's a toddler CIA. And then this isn't new. Stewie once launched a full-blown manhunt when Rupert went missing. Posted flyers, bribed neighbors, questioned the mailman, full FBI mode. Then there's the funeral. Black suit, eulogy, real tears, pancakes sizzling in the background. Everyone else is confused. Stewie was devastated. One time he lost Rupert in the washing machine, nearly called the Pentagon. Another time he married him in a dream sequence. Had a fight, slept on the couch, old stuffed animal drama. Rupert stays his constant. He confides in him, hugs him, throws him in anger. He even builds a machine to bring him to life for one episode. And then he regrets it. Because even Stewie knows some dreams shouldn't come true. Then season 23 rolls in, still going, still iconic. Stewie opens a boutique pizza shop with Chris, invents gourmet ovens. Chris eats half the profits. They argue, they bond, they fail. Classic. In another episode, Chris abuses time machine to erase a public fart. Stewie sighs, fixes it. No thank you received. Just another Tuesday. Then he finds out Rupert was made in a factory in China. Freaks out, flies there, meets other Ruperts, starts interviewing them, takes photos, tries to connect with Rupert's personality. It's unhinged and somehow sweet. And through it all, he's still brilliant, still broken, still endlessly entertaining. A baby who quotes Nietzsche and soaps over pop songs, who threatened to destroy the moon but cries when Brian ignores him. A walking contradiction in footy pajamas. Stewie Griffin started as a one-joke character. Now he's a cultural icon. A study in identity, insecurity, and emotional chaos wrapped in dry wit and weaponized sass. He may not be taking over the world anymore, but he has taken over the show. The heart, the fandom, everything. So yeah, victory is his, and honestly, always was. But here's the real question. Was Stewie always the smartest schemer on TV, or did Squid Game's mastermind outplay him at his own game? Let us know what you think in the comments. Hit like if Stewie's sass still reigns supreme. Share this with your Griffin-obsessed crew. And hey, if you thought this was wild, wait till you see our dive into the entire history of Squid Game. It's darker, bloodier, and honestly even smarter. Don't miss it. Subscribe now.